Hello and happy Monday. It's Metta Monday, and this is another short video that is designed to just support you in embodying the best of yourself, pulling together essentially whatever I'm studying at the moment that I think will be of service to you. And today I'm laughing because I'm pulling together two things that I never thought I would pull together in one video in my life. So this is the book I talked about last week, the Polyvagal Theory, and this is the Bhagavad Gita. This is like the yogi Bible, which pulls together a lot of different yoga philosophies into one place as a beautiful metaphorical conversation between Krishna and a warrior named Arjuna. They do connect, so stay with me. I talked last week about the Polyvagal Theory and how there are essentially three body states. And all of this information is, really useful as long as we remember how and where to apply it. So I'm probably going to talk about what I talked about last week on a summary level, bring in another philosophy on a summary level to just help us learn it. And again, embody it. So get it from the mind down into the body so we can work with it and actually improve our lives. There is so much information out there, on the interwebs. And it can get really overwhelming. And so my goal is to help kind of cut through that with summary type information so that you have I really like having a map. So you can have a map to digest everything. A point of reference is really helpful. So in summary, with the Polyvagal Theory, there are three sort of body-brain states in the autonomic nervous system. And they kind of follow a hierarchy. It's referred to as the polyvagal ladder, and it's associated, as I mentioned last week, with, goes from the most primitive part of the brain to the next most advanced, so from the brainstem. The brainstem is the lizard brain. I misspoke last week. Then the limbic system, which is sort of like our emotional system. This is fight or flight, where the brainstem is more dissociation and shut down. And then prefrontal cortex is associated with, the most advanced part of the brain. And so within the autonomic nervous system, it's the dorsal vagal part of the parasympathetic nervous system, which is where, we have that dissociation, or emotionally it's, where depression kind of descends into a shutdown. Then sympathetic nervous system, limbic brain, those are associated together. And the sympathetic nervous system is associated with fight or flight or anxiety when we come to an emotional aspect of this. And then ventral vagal, which is associated with prefrontal cortex, which is our highest brain, our highest mind. What's interesting to me about the ventral vagal is that, it's where we connect. And so connection ends up being this, portal through which we can, remember who we are, get out of stuck nervous system states, these lower two states, the sympathetic, that hyperactive, and dorsal vagal, really slow or shut down. There's a reason that, emotions, the foundations of emotions, attachment, communication, self-regulation. So there's a reason that emotions and attachment and self-regulation are all kind of involved in this theory that I continue to chip away at. And it's because, connection is how we rewrite ourselves. That's how we form resilience, is through connection within ourselves, with each other, and with our highest self. And so that's really where the Bhagavad Gita comes in. And I was just walking one day and I was like, oh my gosh, the gunas are the three body states. So the gunas are considered, within the Bhagavad Gita, the gunas are discussed as three states of the body. And there's sattva, there's rajas, and there's tamas. And they also go up a ladder. So, tamas is a very slow, sluggish state. Sounds a little bit like the dorsal vagal, shut down state. And then rajas is more fire-oriented. It's very active, and in the yogic philosophy, it's where we're, acting and kind of creating karma for ourselves, and, attached to material goods and attached to, worldly possessions, and, acting a lot. So there's a lot of activity, where tamas is very slow, sluggish. So acting, lots of activity, lots of fire, sounds like sympathetic nervous system to me. And then sattva state is where we're happy and peaceful. To me, that sounds a lot like the ventral vagal. What's interesting about the gunas is that they are part of just one aspect of our existence, the prakriti. The other aspect of our existence is the purusha. And that is spirit, that is universe. It's sort of like that which connects everything. And so to me, it was really, illuminating to understand the connection between the fact that there are these three gunas, these three body states, but that we are not the body. And so, I think I'm just inviting you to remember that there's so much information out there on neurobiology and psychology, and like there are so many memes right now on, we're either this or that. We're either this psychological state or that psychological state. And it's like, okay, those things are true. And we are also the witness watching ourselves figure all this stuff out. We are also our highest self. And that highest self is found right at the spiritual heart center, which is also where ventral vagal is found. It's where we connect. So the heart is kind of the through point. Whether we're talking about neurobiology or spirituality, to me it's all the same stuff because we are connecting. We are connecting to regulate our nervous system. We are connecting to access peace. And the heart is the through point. So I'm already over 5 minutes. I'm going to stop there. But thank you for letting me riff on, connecting these philosophies. And if you have questions, if you want to hear more, I just packed a lot in. I can break it down in any direction. But this is in my book, Faith Underwater. And I'm really excited to expand on this in writing and share it with you. I think it'll be ready to hold in your hands, or at least in a PDF or Kindle form by mid-January. So thanks for watching and have a beautiful, skillful week. I hope that this inspires you.